What up, though? This right here is the Lions versus Bears post-game show. We're going to get right into it. Let y'all just get ready to invite everybody in here. Daddy, let them know who you is, though.
What up? It's your boy Day. You find me on Twitter at Markham246. Let's go.
First time being on the show. Gonna let you know who you is, though.
I'm B. Striller the Thriller. I run a podcast. Well, I'm a producer of a podcast, JBK Zone Coverage. And it's Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. We do all football. It's not just the Lions, but we do all football.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Mike, let them know who you is, though.
What up, y'all? It's Mike, and y'all know y'all can find me on Twitter at @1fry_JR.
The baby kitty, though, Mike. You got the baby kitty on there.
Hey, that offensive line was looking just like that.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Blue. You can find me on Twitter at bsilver92.
Well, let's get started, man. The Lions played the Bears today, man. They got their ass kicked, 13-28, man. What's going on with Goff and his offense, man?
We're going through the ranks like we did last time, Banda, or just open mic right now?
It's open mic, man. Today's an open mic,
man. Just the foundation of this team, bro, or excuse me, the foundation of this offense, bro. It's crumbling. It's fucking crumbling, my guy. When Ben Johnson and the O-line ain't cooking, bro, nothing's gonna work. I mean, Goff didn't have the best day either, but I was saying this recently in spaces, just in general, just like, bro, that was our strength walking into this year, and I feel like it's not strength now with Ben Johnson and the O-line is not strength right now, bro. And Goff, it is what it is, bro. But at the same time, nobody's gonna operate underneath that crappy foundation.
Since you brought up the O-line, let's talk about that O-line, man. That O-line stank today, man. They couldn't stop anything, man.
It's an embarrassment, bro.
I mean, Mike, we sat and watched the game, man. What's your take on it, Mike?
Yeah, I was disappointed, man. Like I didn't expect the guard that was starting opposite of the center. I didn't expect much out of him, but it was really everybody else that was disappointing me today. That Taylor Decker wasn't good, Jonah Jackson wasn't good. Like I think Panay was solid from what I remember watching the game, but that offensive line on those passing down, on them critical passing downs, like they just was not getting the job done.
We just got our ass straight up whooped. Nothing more to say than that. Just when you lose your strength, bro, and then they play like ass, like you're not. Everything else is going to crumble. Some teams operate with the quarterback at the head, and when you cut off the head, everything else tumbles. I don't understand why the fuck our guys are getting beat so bad up front. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the Bears have been playing better, and they have decent talent up front, but we have a top 3 fucking O-line. We should have never gotten our asses whooped like that. If it was against Philly and the Niners, I would have gladly said, bro, that those are elite fronts. The Bears front, it's good, but I thought we were better than that.
We have a top 3 O-line when healthy, Blue. We're not healthy on the O-line. So I don't think it's really fair to say we have a top 3 O-line anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Dave.
Let me get your take on it. Get your take on this O-line.
Mine?
No, I said Thriller.
Oh.
I'm just going to put it to you like this. Like I said beforehand, since the first Chicago game, that O-line has been exposed. Regardless of who you're putting up in the front, that O-line's got depth. They're just not playing to where they're supposed to be playing. Glasgow, he's a veteran. He should be up there playing well. He's not playing well. Jonah, there's not an excuse for the O-line to be playing the way they are. Like I said, it's like one hand washes the other on this team. If everybody's working in sync, they're awesome. The offense moves the ball down the field and the defense takes care of their business. But when either one of them is off, that's where they get exposed. And they're not a team that is built to come from behind. Ben Johnson, he has got to do a hell of a lot better job in the third quarter calling plays. That is his weakness right there. We don't do nothing in the third quarter offensively.
Facts.
And that kills us. And he does not do anything to help that process. And he calls some stupid plays every now and then. I'm like, dude, what the? It's just, I don't, it's a combination of the offensive line not being able to block against a ferocious pass rush when they they're coming after Goff when they have the lead. That and the fact that Ben Johnson needs to get better with his play calling in the third quarter. I mean, they had a 13-10 lead going into the third. I felt kind of comfortable with that. I said, well, Lions will get the ball the first time. Let them go down there, get a field goal or a touchdown. We should be fine. Nope, didn't happen. Stupid play calling. All the way in the first came out there. Stupid play calling. So, yes, this is two combinations. It's Ben Johnson play calling and that offensive line put in bad position. So they're not a pass blocking offensive line, obviously. They did very good today. They ran for 140 yards. That's decent. Gibbs went off. So they don't have a problem with the run blocking. Just with pass blocking.
If I can add to that.
Let's talk about Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Ben Johnson. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I was going to actually go into Ben Johnson too, Bandit, so I read your mind, I guess. Ben Johnson's biggest problem right now, bro, he's just being too damn cute. I don't understand why when you have all these weapons and everyone and their grandma knows the strengths of this team. It's an obvious you run the ball in the offensive line. Get it. Blah, whatever. But just get it to your fucking playmakers, bro. Just get it to Laporta, get it to Amon-Ra, throw it down to fucking JMO, down deep. Like, bro, why are we doing all this weird, cute shit? Like these sideline passes, these fucking screens shit. Just, it's not that hard, bro. Just go with what the team has as strengths. It's a simple fucking process.
We didn't even get a positive yard.
One of my biggest
score.
today was on
We didn't get our first down until the fourth quarter.
Right.
We didn't get first down until the fourth quarter.
First down.
My pet peeve was that
first down they had in the fourth quarter.
Why are we running a counter?
A slow developing
Mike,
run
we were
play
watching
on
it.
fourth down.
I didn't even like that pass. I didn't even like that pass to Gibbs that he dropped, bro. Like, it's just a weird play call. I think was that a third down call too, to Gibbs to drop.
He probably would have scored on that play if he caught that ball.
Oh, yeah. For sure, Mike. But
he
again, like,
got that ball, bro.
But I don't understand why we're still going behind the sticks on a third down. Like, that's just me, because I could be wrong, and I'll gladly take the L if I'm wrong. But on a third down situation, fuck it. You got to be aggressive, bro. Like, you can't play conservative. I see it as conservative, like a low risk, high reward type of thing. I personally didn't like the play call, regardless of the drop.
Well, and that's the thing about Ben Johnson right there. If you're going to get cute right there. Don't sit there and be blasé with the play call when it's 3rd and 1. That's a stupid play to call. You don't do no. That's some Pittsburgh Steelers shit right there. That's what that is. Yep. So no, you can't do that. If you're going to be cute, and the problem with him is he gets cute at the wrong time. It's like he's outguessing himself when to make a play that's aggressive. And this is the problem that we have with him.
I know,
yeah, like if he wants to get cute, JB, just do it on 1st and 2nd down, not 3rd down.
Next thing we're gonna talk about, man. Let's talk about golf, man. What's going on with my quarterback, man? Can somebody please tell me what's going on with my quarterback, man? Obviously, the O-line can't block, but he had a fumble.
Yeah, they gotta have some protection. They gotta have some protection out there, man. Like, you just can't. I don't care what quarterback you got out there. It's not gonna be that effective if you're not keeping them upright. It was those critical passing downs. Like, even the first, just look at the first drive they had. Like, they had 3rd and 10, and what happened? He gets smashes. Taylor Decker gets pushed right in the back. He gets bull rushed all the way towards him, and he couldn't even step up because there's 2 other defenders right there. Like, You got to block. Like it's no quarterback that I don't care if you can run or not. Like we just saw Chiefs and Bills. I watched that whole game, and was it stellar quarterback play in that game from either of those two guys? No, it wasn't.
Nope. I'll add
Uh-huh.
on to what you were saying. Oh, sorry, did I cut someone off? Okay, my bad. Okay, anyway, to add on what you were saying, Mike, I'm not going to copy you, but I'm going to kind of try to bounce off what you were saying. I said this on the week, or I said this weeks ago when I kind of joined the podcast. Like, we kind of know what Goff is. We know the strengths of him. We know how to use him. Did he play bad? Yes. But the problem is you got to avoid him getting spooked out there when he loses his security blanket, and that will always be the offensive line.
Oh, 100%.
Well said. Well said.
Again, I agree with Mike for the most part, but if I were to add something original, do everything in your fucking cost to not get Goff's confidence shot or spooked. Because
Right now,
the dude can do
I
it.
think right now his confidence is so shook and so done, bro. I think this is it's going to be a struggle finishing this season.
I said
Where
earlier in the
Goff's
show.
confidence is right now.
I don't know if it's
It seems like
exactly
ever since they elevated,
shattered. I don't think it's exactly shattered. I think it's I mean he's having more difficulty just making decisions on plays. I don't think his confidence. I think he still believes in his offensive line and his running backs and his receivers. But there was a lot of drop passes out there today. A lot. I mean, usually when Goff plays bad, that whole offense is playing bad. If you look at it, that one fumble he had, I can't entirely blame that on him. Glasgow kind of hesitated when he snapped the ball to him when he was expecting it right there, and it kind of caught him off guard. You know, things got to go smooth in that process of getting the snap and getting set in your play.
100%.
So I can't really blame him. That one interception though, that was bad. So I mean, Goff is who you're right. Goff is who he is. We already know this. The thing is that's going to be messed up with Goff is his extension, his payday's coming. And the more he's not leading the team, the more he's making mistakes, the less he's going to get paid, or not get paid at all. And we're going to go ahead and Hooker, which I think that would be an immediate problem. But whatever the case may be, this is killing him basically.
And to that, JB, like that's
it seemed like ever since they.
Oh, sorry, Bandit. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Blue. Go ahead, Blue.
Oh yeah, my bad. And that's going to be an interesting development for the rest of the season, JB, and for the playoffs and the off season, bro, because he is literally on a ticking time clock. Whether he's playing good or bad, we're being neutral when I say this. Is that, you know, what if the negotiations go bad? What if Goff asks for more money? Like what, you know, all these variables that add up at the end of the season when it's time to pay him or get an extension for him. Because personally, I feel like he deserves an extension, but within reason. I think that's very fair to say because Mike made a great point in our spaces today. Our spaces are always wilding, but Mike made a great point. I've always believed in this philosophy too, because Day and most of you guys know how I feel about, you know, like the whole re-signing guys or not losing talent, you know, and downgrading per se. I don't think Goff is going to hit that 50 million mark, let alone the 40 mil mark, but you gotta meet in the middle somehow, because if this regime fucks that up in the negotiations, we do have to go with a question mark in Hendon Hooker, or the regime goes, well, fuck, Hendon Hooker was a backup, so now we got to do something in the draft for a quarterback. You know, so it could fucking happen, bro. We don't know. But my point was that. But yeah, I forgot to land on the whole. I'm sorry, with the whole Goff thing. Like, I do think we should. I guess I should have, you know, made it simpler. We should retain Goff. We should give him a 2-3 year extension. But let's not overpay him, especially if he plays like this for the next 5 weeks and into that playoff game.
I don't even want to talk about that playoff game yet or Goff's contract yet.
I don't want to talk about winning division, playoff game, none of that crap right now.
I seem like everything ever since they took Hooker off IR, he's just like he been nervous, bro. Like it's crazy, man. Like I don't know what's going on with Goff, man.
It's that security
all
blanket,
his
bro.
stuff, bro. And it seems like he can't go. He keep playing like this, bro. I don't even say resign him, bro. Like this is great. And that's my quarterback.
My whole thing is I have yet to see this guy go alleviate from the voice in his helmet. Like you're out there in the field, you're seeing what these guys are running at you, the defense. Okay, they called the play in your helmet. You can adjust. You can adjust your protection. You can call the opposite. You can flip the play. You can audible and flip it to the other side.
Max.
You have to create something because what you're doing right now is you're not taking a shot deep down the field. You're throwing everything towards the middle of the field. And I saw at one time, Amon-Ra had 4 players around him. Same thing with Laporta. Like they know these guys are going to the middle of the field. At some point, throw the ball down the field. You might get a flag. You might throw the ball down the field 3 times and it'd be 3 incompletes. But at least you're keeping that defense honest, man. They had 1 safety. The other safety was just playing like right there, darn near in the box, bro. Just knowing that I got the slant. It was predictable to say the least, man. But the whole thing with Goff, I can't see him signing for anything less than what they gave Daniel Jones. You know?
Good take, Rumble. Good take.
I would give him Daniel Jones money right now.
That's what I'm. But Daniel Jones got paid.
He's a worth.
Yeah,
for doing nothing.
Worth Daniel Jones money. He's still worth Daniel.
I think Mike should go next on this Goff topic because he's really good with the Goff stuff.
Yeah, I'm just listening because either way, the way you look at it or the way I look at it, you take the season as a whole, he still has top 10 quarterback production for this season. So, like, I mean, how do you erase that? Like, he might have a bad game here and there, like he's had a few, but the majority of the games he's been solid, if not good, really good. So, I don't know how you move on for that so quickly because we don't have no successor. Like, Hooker, like I'm a fan of Hooker, but we do got to realize he was a 3rd round pick. Like if he was really going to be the face of the franchise, you don't take the face of the franchise in the 3rd round. Like,
nope.
Is that to be determined Mike, what he is? What? Yeah, but what?
But he, Mike, he fell to the 3rd round because he tore his ACL.
Right.
I hear that all the time, right? But check this.
Okay.
If he was a 1st round talent, why would he fall through the 2nd round as well? Any answer for that?
There's 2 things for that. His injury was one of them, but the second one is you can't always help where you picked at either. Okay, a lot of teams steer really clear away from players that have been injured in college, like that. Achilles especially. They will fall away from that. There's a lot of good players that played in the NFL that got picked in the 2nd and 3rd round because of that kind of an injury, and they went on to have successful careers. I don't look at anything too good about the draft. I mean, Hendon Hooker is probably one of the better quarterbacks in that draft, I would have said at the beginning. And C.J. Stroud showed me that, Ohio State has hope for quarterbacks. But other than that, I mean, I think he's one of the better quarterbacks. I mean, he was killing them when he was playing before he got injured. He was killing them. He was playing at an NFL level before he got injured.
I agree, but it was some questions about that offense. That offense being the people were saying it was a 1-read offense. It was an NFL offense. It's like a gimmick. People were thinking the offense was gimmicky, but I don't think if he's a 1st round talent, he falls all the way to the 3rd. He would fall, but we just saw a guy, and it was a knee injury, and it wasn't like a disastrous knee injury where he's tearing all the ligaments in his knee. It was just a clean knee injury. So I don't see how he will fall all the way from there to being in the 3rd round. And we also had a guy, Michigan guy, who was David Ojabo. Didn't he tear his Achilles, right?
And
right before the draft, and he still went 1st round, right?
No, he went second.
Or 2nd round.
He went
top of the 2nd round.
Second, but that is Baltimore. Baltimore likes to build their defense, so they figured, hey, Ojabo. He got his Achilles, but we got people right now that is going to fill that role until he gets better, and then we'll stick him in the. He was off for a year. He's coming back. He's playing pretty regular now. So Baltimore had a plan. That's called your leadership having plans for what your team is going to be built on. So that really kind of doesn't. But that's just Baltimore for you. That's how they build.
I get it. I'm just saying he fell to the next round. He didn't fall past the next round too. Either way, like I said, I'm a fan of Hooker. I'm not hating on the kid at all. If they want to go that route, fine, go that route. I just think if they do go that route, it's going to open people's eyes. I think people are shitting on Goff extremely too hard, especially with the way that offensive line is playing. If he was getting protection and he was playing like that, I have a whole different point of view.
So fun
Be careful
fact.
what you wish for. Be careful what you wish
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
So
that's
fact,
basically my point.
Ojabo was drafted 45th overall, just like Brian Branch was last year. Thought that was a little fun fact.
Yeah, I'm not hating on Goff. I'm just saying, like, in order to be recognized as like this, take that next step, like I do need for him to, at one point in time, show me that he's willing to put the team on his back and on his arm and literally win the game. I don't see that. I just see him out there just, I don't know, man. Yeah, it could be the O-line the past couple of weeks, but at the same time, it's like it's 4th and 1, and your backs are getting 2 to 3 yards a carry. Like, bruh, you can't tell me they can't get 1 yard on 4th.
That wasn't his fault though. That's the play call. That play call was garbage.
But I know, but that's what I'm talking about. Take the initiative and change the play, man. Change the play at the line. If you see they're dropping back in coverage and you have 4 or 5 people at the line, like audible out, like he did the one play a few weeks back, and they end up saying, "Oh, that wasn't the actual play, but it ended up working in our favor." It's like, bro, it's 4th and 1. Just at that point, you see him dropping back, be like, "Oh, you know what? I took the audible. That's on me." Because if you don't get it, it's the same result as what happened earlier. You still didn't get it. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think the whole cataclysm here for Goff is, you got to understand, this is Goff. This is who Goff is. This ain't Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford would probably made a call at the line. This is Goff. This is what they know they haven't got. Goff's not going to make those decisions like that. He is not that kind of quarterback. He is never going to be that type of quarterback. Also, he's not going to be the type of quarterback that's going to throw on down the field every now and then. He doesn't have that type of arm or accuracy to throw like that. That's another reason. That's why we have so many middle route slants, and Amon's making his bread going across the middle, because that's basically what our offense is. You don't see us go to the air too much unless we have a nice little play action pass that gets one of our receivers like Jamo open, or even Amon or Reynolds open. You don't see that too much. You don't.
So you're willing to pay him $50 million for somebody who don't have the arm?
No, that's on the line. And like I said, with everything, every organization, there's things in place. I think they had something in place when they got Bridgewater as a free agent. Then they put Hendon Hooker on the practice squad. Now Goff is not playing well. So do you want to? They're finding a safe valve. If Goff doesn't do what they want him to do and get on the playoffs and win a playoff game, because I think that's what they want him to succeed at, is winning a playoff game. If he doesn't do that, we have Hendon Hooker, and then we can sign Teddy Bridgewater to another year guarantee to back him up. See how that works? And then they don't have to pay Goff. So, as crazy as that sounds, that might be what they're thinking about.
But if you're at this point, wouldn't you consider trading Goff for a draft pick or two or something? I mean, if you know you're not going to re-sign him, just like they did Hawkinson a couple years back, wouldn't you just consider trading him at this point and seeing what you can get for him if you're not all in with re-signing him? I mean,
again, they'd have to do that in the offseason. They can't do that right now.
Yeah, right. They can't do it now.
They can't do it now, but I mean, I believe that's what they would have to do. So, I mean, if they don't feel that he's going to be the direction going forward with this team, then they need to do that. And it sucks for Goff because, Goff is he's Goff. And there's, you can't apologize for him being the quarterback that he is. That's just the way he is. You've got to build everything around him and make sure that he's comfy and cozy. You got to coddle him. You can't do like I said, and I hate to keep bringing up the guy, but Stafford. You don't have to do that with Stafford. Stafford get his ass and still go out there and throw for 500 yards. It doesn't make a difference. He might even throw a couple stupid ass interceptions, but at least you know what you're getting in Stafford. He's going to go down the field and try to win you the game.
He's going to go down
is
swinging
like that. Golf is built to designate the offense meticulously down the field. Basically, he's not one of those guys that's going to be flash and dash. I think that's what the Lions do need, though. They need somebody with a flash and dash.
I think they're just two separate styles of quarterback. They're not the same. They're hard to compare. And I think all quarterbacks, I'm just gonna keep driving the point, man. You need protection. I don't care if you're an A-level tier quarterback or B-level tier, C-level tier. You need protection, man. If you're not getting protected, I was hearing people. I missed the JMO play because I was out during halftime, and I got back to the house after their first drive. And then I see the JMO play because I got everybody texting me, everybody in the group chats going crazy. And I finally get a chance to look at the play after the game is over, and he couldn't even step into that throw, bro. It was the same thing all game. You gotta put some onus on that offensive line too. It can't just be the quarterback, man. And we've seen Jared Goff take us from behind and win games. We've seen him have game-winning drives in Detroit. So I don't know where some of this other conversation is coming from, but I've seen that. If you've been watching the last couple of years, he's done it. We've seen him in 4-minute situations, 2-minute situations be very successful.
Game, Mike. That Saints game, bro. That the biggest play of the game winner, basically the pass. That was call me crazy, fellas. That was arguably Goff's best throws of line.
The first Chicago game, we were down 12 with under 4 minutes to go. The Seattle game, we were down 10 when the defense got a couple stops and he scored twice and got us to overtime. So we've seen him do it here in Detroit. We actually have.
Yeah, and that's true. However, again, Goff has to have things going around him good for him to do that kind of stuff. In all those games that you mentioned, guess who was playing well? The offensive line.
The offensive line.
You do not play off. The offensive line does not play well, and this is true for most quarterbacks. If the offensive line doesn't play well, your quarterback is going to suffer, and you're not going to make any comebacks. When I'm saying the differentiation between him and most quarterbacks in the league that are successful, those quarterbacks make plays happen when their offensive line can't.
Exactly.
He is not going to be that guy to do that.
And that's what I'm expecting to see
his
from
offensive line.
Yeah. That might be too much.
I got you. I'm just going to agree to disagree. I think it's levels to the quarterback position. If you want to talk about talent, skill set, I think it's obviously tons of quarterback that has more talent and skill set to the game, that have more of a ceiling. But just from the typical football standpoint, I don't care who you are. You could be Patrick Mahomes, you could be Josh Allen. If you're playing against a good defense and they're constantly getting pressure on you, you are not going to have that great of a game. I just sat here and watched before this Dallas game I'm watching right now. Both of them quarterbacks, neither of them were good tonight. I don't care what anybody says. Neither of those quarterbacks played well tonight, and they both had turnovers, multiple turnovers, and they both threw the ball. If you look at that completion percentage, it was very, very, very bad, very, very bad.
What, the Kansas City Buffalo game?
Yeah, Kansas City Buffalo game.
Yeah, it was a very sloppy game, guys. It was dominated by defense,
and that's been what's holding. That's been the big standpoint of both of those teams. I had people tell me all year, Kansas City isn't good as blah blah blah. Buffalo isn't good as blah blah blah. But yet, Kansas City coming into this game, they were only allowing 17 points per game to be scored on them. Buffalo was only allowing 19 points per game to be scored on them. It was a 2017 game. Both quarterbacks played poorly. Both quarterbacks had multiple turnovers. Come on, man.
Yeah, we got.
But
you're right.
We can move on.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, we can move on to the next subject though. But I'm just saying it got to be the same across the board for all these guys, not just golf.
I think what's getting overshadowed.
Go ahead, Blue. We get you. Then we go move on to the next subject.
Oh no. Day can go ahead, bro. I had nothing. I was just saying my.
Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, today.
I think what's getting overshadowed by Goff's poor play is the drops. Look how many drops our sure-handed receiver had today. Amon-Ra had 3 drops today? Four
I-
of them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is he who I think he is today?
No,
No.
no.
That's
not
just a
today.
bad day at the office for him.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't
Those
want
are
nobody to
catches.
go,
Okay,
go nuts on
I
that.
was just seeing if I could spoil it, but I didn't want to spoil it. But yeah, no, I
No,
agree, man. Those
that-
drops.
Those are catches he makes 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? And he makes some of those catches, and those drives stay alive. Who knows what we go into? I mean, he dropped one on fourth, I believe,
Exactly.
right?
That when he
Mhm.
dropped on fourth down, that was our last chance at making that a single score game. We
Yep.
should have been still driving down the field, and that would have been Jared Goff making the play. But his receiver dropped it. And I feel like we're ragging on Goff, or a lot of people are ragging on Goff in the Detroit community, and it's like, did y'all not see anybody else on offense play today?
Mike, you know what you need to do, my guy? If you know how to video edit and clip and shit, I want you to do this to help yourself so you can show people on Twitter. Do like cut up all the snaps that Goff had, put it in like a 1 minute film type of shit, you know, and then like put it on Twitter so people could be like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Not all of it's on Goff.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing it because I just be saying it, but I don't know if people, some of these people, I don't even know if they watch the games, period, or I don't know if they know, like that Glasgow play, right? That fumble that everybody is acting like that's Goff's fault when it wasn't. That was on
Glasgow.
Glasgow. That was
We
on
agree
him.
on
That
that.
was
Yeah.
completely on him. But everybody on
Live.
Twitter, everybody online Twitter is telling me, "Oh, Goff has this many turnovers and that fumble. Look at what he fumbled." Like, no, that was on your center.
Mhm.
Goff, I mean, live it looked like that was on Goff, but once they showed the replay, you could clearly see that was on Glasgow.
Yeah, replay shows.
And to Goff's credit, and Mike will love this, like if you watch that play, Goff was like trying to dive on that fucking ball after it was fumbled. He was trying. Like Goff is Goff. He's kind of like a quirky duck, but you saw him like, oh shit. He went through the legs of the center just to try to get the ball, bro. So it's not like he pulled a Cam Newton and said, nah, bro, I'm not getting that ball.
Hey,
No offense to Cam. We love Cam here.
So what do y'all think? What do y'all think Ben Johnson and Goff got to do to get this offense back on track, man?
fix that whole line. Seriously? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
That's a laugh and agreement day. I agree with that.
Like,
No, I agree with that. Also, he's got a bro, you have so many weapons, bro. Stop zeroing in on the same two guys. Like you have to start spreading the ball like you did last year. That's what made him so exciting to watch last year. You had, even towards the beginning of the year, where we had Netflix downfield throwing a block. Like you have to get the ball to other people besides Laporta and Amon-Ra. Like you have to make this defense honest. They can't be zeroing in on those two guys. At some point, you have to be like, okay, you know what? I am going to try to throw a ball downfield. I am going to see you know what I mean? Because right now, all we're getting is the same stuff we've been getting the past 4 weeks, where it's like the middle of the field, and it's like, yeah, that's been successful, but man, like you can't leave these guys. You got these speedy receivers out there, man. Let them run and rip it. Just try it. I know Goff. I know he might not have the greatest arm strength, but just try it. Just keep the defense honest. Keep them to where they know they have to play these guys down the field.
yeah.
I love that.
Just keep
take,
them honest.
Humble,
It doesn't even have to necessarily work. Just keep them honest.
because I said something similar with that. Because I mean, if you really think about it, bro, when this offense was at full tilt, the full potential of this team, mind you, we didn't have the talent last year. But what made Ben Johnson was exactly what Rumble said. He spread the ball out. He made Jared Goff work to his strengths. Like, it's not about having all these weapons, which I'm glad we have all these weapons. But to Rumble's point, Ben Johnson was able to take whatever the fuck he had and made it a highly explosive, high octane offense with Khalif Raymond, Jamal Williams. Like, spread the ball around, because you can't get a beat on that. You can't. And now you can. Just imagine if he did that with now the talent he has. Because Josh Reynolds, and like Rumble said, we could still throw Craig in there just for a sleeper play. Brock Wright, you know, obviously on some plays here and there. Like, you could still do that. But
Yeah.
if I were to cover the, you know, what Ben
My thing
Johnson
is
and Jared Goff. Oh, go ahead, Bandit. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You got
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta work on the chemistry thing. No, like if to answer the question with Jared Goff and Ben Johnson, I feel like those guys need to have like their version of a players only meeting. Like, I don't think they're on like a bad page necessarily, but I think both of them need just to like be a man to each other, be like, all right, what the fuck do we need to do to fix this? Because you and me are not looking too hot right now. Just like I would do with, you know, any of my guys, coworkers and stuff like that. You know, like sometimes you just need that talk to be like, yo, how the fuck do we fix this? Like, a lot of people do this outside of football, you know?
I think what it is too.
My thing is, it's just like when Frank is out in that offensive line, it's just like he don't trust him with Frank back there, bro. Without Frank in there, man. So I don't know what we gotta do. Like, and everybody keep talking about throwing the ball deep. He don't have time to throw the ball deep. Just like Mike said, when he tried to throw the ball deep to Jamo, he couldn't even step into the throw, bro. Like, with this offensive line play, this offensive line is the key to this. Fuck the skilled players and everything. Like, if we don't have an O-line to block to give him time, bro, we can't be efficient on offense. And that showed today, bro. He didn't have no time back there.
I totally agree. Yeah, when I actually saw that J-Mo play, I couldn't believe people was mad at that. I'm like, dude, he's throwing off his back foot. He couldn't even step into the throw because somebody's going to crash into him. Like, what is y'all talking about?
I think another thing we have to realize too. I think sometimes Ben Johnson gets bigger in his britches because I know he hears outside noises about, oh, I'm the man. I could be the next head coach somewhere else. That builds ego into his mind. And what he doesn't do is he doesn't call basic plays. Like, if you know, and this is why I said we'll get into that later with the defense. But when they're teeing off against your offensive line when you're behind, call a max protect play, and have like a 2 or 3 receiver set, or bring both running backs in, or bring 2 tight ends in to block. Whatever the case may be, just have something. You have to play basic football at some point too. And when you're not setting your offensive line up to succeed, you're obviously not setting up the quarterback to succeed. So sometimes you have to go back to that. Stop being cute all the time. Cute doesn't win you games all the time.
Nope.
It's crazy, man. Let's get into
Taylor Decker don't like playing with a tight end next to him, and I gave him a pass after that Packers game. But if he keep playing like this, like he did in that game, this game, in the other game, he gonna have to get some help over there because you can't keep putting him on the island and he getting his ass kicked.
Right.
Yeah, Mike. If he continues like to play like this for the rest of the season, that's going to be a huge problem too.
He's from Ohio State, but I don't like the way he's been playing the last couple of games. I don't know what's going on with him.
Yeah, you had to throw that in.
That's his biggest problem, man.
Well, he's from Ohio State.
Yeah, that's his biggest problem.
I smelled the cookie crumbs, the breadcrumb trail.
Yeah. Fucking bum.
Whatever, bro.
All right.
Oh, Blue.
Taylor's okay.
Oh man, hey, you know what? I'll go for Blue this game coming up, man. Fuck Bama.
Yeah, well, we know you can't stand Bama. They put y'all out.
Even before then, man.
Today's Bulldogs ain't in the tourney.
We got robbed. Anyway,
let's talk about this defense. Let's talk about
team color.
Let's talk about this defense, man.
They actually played okay today, and I say okay loosely. You know, I mean, they gave up. I mean, for some of the positions they were put in by the offense, man. I mean, they did. You did what you would expect a team to do, but then some plays, like the 4th and 18 touchdown. I mean, I think that was kind of a fluke play because I don't think they were expecting them to really snap it, but it still happened. So I mean, that's still a knock on the defense, but. Man, this wasn't a defensive game.
That's a knock on Hutch.
Hutch, man.
Yeah,
You
I
were
say,
there, bro, and then you were there,
Yeah,
and you
listen.
disappeared again. What are we doing here, Hutch?
like that fourth, they wouldn't.
Yeah,
They
that's
was
on
not
Hutch.
gonna run that play until. Yeah,
They knew
wasn't
they
gonna run that
wasn't
play
running
until
no play on that
Hutch
fourth
stop.
down. They had
Yeah.
no intention of running that play on fourth down. They was trying to get some more room for their punter, and he jumped off sides for no reason.
The biggest takeaway I have with this defense today is that it's just been confirming what a lot of us have been thinking. Like, the defense is doing the best with what hand they've been dealt with. Like, look, we know that, you know, the D line, with the exception of Hutch and Aleem, sometimes don't do anything. We
I don't
know.
even think you can say except for those two, because those two.
Well, that's
they're
what
all
I
the
meant to
time.
say. My bad. I flubbed there. My bad. And obviously with the secondary, we understand where it is with the Jerry Jacobs, you know, and the injuries and the poor safety play. But even with that, bro, it's like, holy shit, we actually played decent. Like, just imagine if we had an offense that scored more than 13 points. What a concept.
Well, that's an anomaly. Anyway,
How many times did that defense get? I put it like this: How many times did that defense get put in a bad position? How many times did we just hold to a field goal?
About 4
That
or
defense
5
was actually out there
times.
playing
Yeah,
solid.
4 or 5 damn times, bro.
That defense is actually playing solid today. Let me say, man. Besides one person, Jerry Jacobs, I don't want him. He almost becoming a goddamn fucking Will Harris now, bro. Like, everybody just targeting.
Bro, he's a meme.
Like, I don't
He
know.
is a meme right now.
Bro, like, oh my God, it's bad, bro. It's bad. But I'm gonna let y'all get into it. Go ahead.
Yo, hey, what's up, everyone?
Hey, it's Kendall.
What's going on, my brothers? Man, Baloney, I was just talking to you this morning. We were cooling and chill. Then this shit happened, and now I'm not chill anymore, man. I don't know.
Ken gets his own segment now? What the fuck?
The
Go ahead,
King
King.
Corner.
Go ahead, King. Go
The
ahead.
Ken Corner.
So
corner.
here's how I feel. You guys know I love the coaching staff and the players and everything, and I like Jared Goff, but today was a bad game. Today was a really, really bad game. I think the timing of the game was just wrong. I thought Amon-Ra didn't get the ball enough, and even when he did get the ball, he dropped it. I thought the offensive line sucked. I think Goff, statistically, he looked pretty bad. I feel like he was playing better than the stats show. But just generally speaking, the game was just like I don't know why don't they throw to J-Mo? Just give J-Mo a shot. Just give him a throw. And I've heard all the stuff about the coming out the break and this and that and the other, but and then the defense, the defense looked good statistically. If you look at their pressures, their hits, their sacks, but no turnovers. Not a single turnover. They didn't not nearly enough 3 and outs, and just I don't know, man. Like, I just thought that the whole team was just fucked, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ken. Yeah.
Go ahead, Romo.
No, I agree with Ken. I don't know what, like, these guys are. I think the season's getting to them. They started so hot, but to Ken's point, like, no turnovers, no, like, I felt like every time Justin Fields had the ball, they scored. And I know some of those were on our side of the field, and we left our defense out there butt naked. But there was several times where our secondary had their back to the ball, and Fields is just running 20 yards down the field, and before they, recognize that, hey, the QB ran the ball again.
Yeah.
These are just fundamentals, man. Like, these are things that we should be able to do as a defense. Like, keep our eye on the ball. More than one person get to the ball. There were some missed tackles today. Like, again, these are things that week 13, week 14, you should know how to tackle at this point in the season. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of sloppy stuff out there, man. And I hate to say it, man, but if Denver's hungry, man, they're gonna come into next week ready to play because they are riding high right now. these next 4 games are not going to be walks in the park.
Nope.
And I hope we at least go 500. That's I'm hoping for just 500.
See, that's a drastic.
I'm just hoping for 10 wins at the end of the season. That's how bad it's getting.
That's that part too, man. 10 double digits. I'll be
like seriously, guys. Like that's my biggest worry because again, like we thought the foundation was great for this team, and we all got excited for the season. You know, I personally thought 10, 12 wins. You know, give or take with the WTF losses. You know, it's the NFL. Like whoever said it, and like basically, just like, yeah. I'm just too frustrated to say it right now.
No, see, I still think that if we lose one more game and win the other 3, we can still be 12-5, which is my original point. I still think we can be 12-5, but that pretty much means, like, realistically, we got to beat the Broncos, sweep the Vikings, and then maybe lose to the Cowboys. So,
well, we're gonna lose to the Cowboys.
If things continue,
terrifying game on this schedule, bro. I can't stress it how much, bro. Like I am terrified of that game. I'm not even gonna pick our team. That's how terrified I am of that game.
Hell, I didn't pick our team this week.
Oh man, it doesn't like that.
This is bad.
I picked them, but I've been saying for weeks, man, this is a game we could lose.
I've got to give Day credit. He did say that, and I said I
that was crazy.
With you, but I didn't say you were crazy. But
crazy
I said,
old Day.
I did.
Day, what did I say when I asked you about that? What did I say personally?
He did say that, but we said Remember we were like, I believe it was Sky in that clip too. Sky was like, I don't trust us going to Chicago. It being, -3 degrees, snowing, yada, yada. It didn't look too bad in Chicago today, just besides the cold weather. But I don't know, man. And I was praying and hoping for gloved golf. I got him, and he let me down, man.
Yeah, you know what's funny, Rumble? You know what's funny, Rumble? So, like in the social media accounts, they were showing Goff with 2 gloves, and then he goes to fucking Chicago with no gloves. I'm like, what? I thought that was weird.
He was wearing gloves in the game. I saw him
was he?
At least in the second half.
Yeah.
I saw him wearing
when you could see it on the fumble. You could see it on the fumble.
My memory's garbage today. Obviously, you got a lot. Remember that.
But
game.
you know what I would like the Lions to do for one time in their the last 4 games? Stop somebody from scoring in the first quarter first. Chicago scored when they played us at home. First, ran right down the field. No problem. Yeah. Green Bay, first possession, down the field. No problem.
Hey, Mo,
the same thing with Chicago. Down the field. No problem. It's like, dude, this is where I get frustrated at the defense. Make a fucking stop on the first possession.
Yep. 8 plays, 2 minutes.
You get ahead of the ball, everything will fall in line. Like I said, This is how this team is built. You take that lead, you hold on to that lead, you beat the hell out of them with that lead. If you fall behind, this team is struggling to do anything. And this was true. All these last 3 games. Yeah, they won 3 of the last 4 games that they had these problems. Barely. They still can't let teams just run down the field on them when they get the ball first. Shit ain't gonna happen. And a lot of teams will pick that coin toss now. I've noticed that against the Lions defense.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about deferring it because we're gonna score first.
That's what I'm saying. That's why if we win the toss, I want to take the ball from now on. Because we don't do shit coming out of the third quarter anyway. So we might as well score first.
I want to address what Mo said because Mo in the comments said something, and I agree with that. So you guys know me. I talk with a lot of NFC North people, Packers, Vikings. Like I've actually gone shit on because of other people, but like, why are you letting these dudes in? So I was saying, the Bears are resurgent. They are not. Justin Fields is a good QB. Eberflus is not as bad as we think he is, and they've got some talent. So I was like, this is not going to be like a walk in the park. It's going to be. I honestly thought we could lose the first game.
I think what it is, Ken, I think the problem is where people like Day was saying like, oh, a lot of you guys thought it was crazy. I think that's like Day, wasn't it part of Lions Twitter just being dumb as fuck? Be like, oh, we're gonna beat the Bears, no big deal. I think it's honestly Lions Twitter, not necessarily us.
I said it too. I said that it was crazy as fuck when he said we were gonna lose to the Bears. Like,
yeah, a lot of people did, bro. I got a lot of hate for that.
Nah.
I mean, at least I could be man enough to say it.
Hey, they'll need to tell everybody what their score prediction was. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, listen, hold on. I said the Lions were gonna win 45-17. Yeah, I said it.
Yo,
I said it was our bounce back. I was completely fucking wrong. I'm sorry. But go ahead.
Man, that Kool-Aid.
So on my podcast, I got 4 of the people that I co-host with. 2 are Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and 1 is a Buffalo Bill fan. They all picked the Lions, even though I told them, okay, pick the Lions. They're gonna lose today. They were like shocked at me. You're a Lions fan, and you're picking against the Lions. You goddamn right, because I see what's going on with the defense. I see what's going on, what happens when that rolls off the defense. And if it hasn't been fixed after the first time it's fucked up, the second time it's fucked up, or the third time it's fucked up, it's gonna happen again. So there you go.
JB's
and I said they were gonna probably win by double digits too. There you go. I hate picking against the Lions, but they make it too damn easy sometimes.
I was just over here in complete shock.
Yeah, your score was wild. 45-17 was crazy.
Yeah, man,
I said 24-21 Lions, and you went 45-17.
I think
but let me address something real quick. Can we stop pretending like this team is bad? Like the thing is, every time this team loses a game, people act like we got to get rid of fire Aaron Glenn, which is stupid. Get rid of Jared Goff today, stupid.
Why is firing Aaron Glenn stupid? He has done nothing in defense to help the defense in the 3 years.
Whoa, completely wrong. No,
the gloves are off. Hold on. Golf and took the gloves off. Let's go.
Yeah, let's talk about AG.
Let's address the AG. At least today, AG and I'm an AG kind of like, I don't want to say I'm a supporter, but I get what he was doing stunts. He was pulling guys back. Like, and on top of that, we were getting pressure. We were getting sacks. Kaminsky got his first sack in like 8 games.
3 sacks.
Yeah, we were getting sacks. Like I will say, I did say this earlier in the video. We didn't get any turnovers, which is a problem. I'm gonna say that we didn't get turnovers, and we do need that. But honestly, like the way that the guys were performing and how everything was, I can't say that it was AG this time. I will say other games, but today AG should not. Like, you can't say AG should have been fired for today.
His seat should be cold right now, bro.
It's not about a day, though. It's not about a day. It's about season long. I mean, I'm going to tell you a perfect example, the reason why I think AG doesn't learn how to adjust to shit. First of all, when they played Green Bay the first time, they beat the crap out of them because they were doing those stunts and they were blitzing. Second time they played Green Bay, where the fuck was all that at? Where was it at? They didn't do that until like the fourth quarter, which was too late by then because they were losing. So, no, I don't want to hear that. I want to see a consistent defensive coordinator call a consistent game every game. They have the players to rush the quarterback, to do blitzes. They are too damn, and this goes for the whole organization anyway, including JMO. They're all so pussyfooting around these damn players like, oh, we don't want to put them in this situation, and we don't want to do this, and we don't want, man, you better make them players get paid to play. Play them. If you got to throw 50 times to Jamo and he only catches it twice, still throw him. It doesn't make a difference. These damn players like they're fucking kids. This is not an organization. Jacobs needs to take his ass right off the field.
I want to throw to Jamo 50 times.
Right. He catches twice for a touchdown.
I hear you, my bro. I hear you, my line. Let me speak on it. Let me speak on it. This offense and Ben Johnson's play callers put AG and his defense in bad positions every fucking game, bro. Come on now, even today, bro.
I disagree with that completely.
Bro, we always turn on our side of the field, bro. Like, come on, Mo. Come on now, bro. Our offense don't make us like always. That defense, bro, has been sucked. How many games did our defense kept us in the one is this year?
A lot.
They kept us in quite a bit more than people give them credit for.
First 6 games, though. Think about that. Besides
But
the
to
Seattle
most-
game, how many times we were
Yeah.
busting their ass?
Yeah.
That's the offense. You can't blame
To
them.
most
When
point.
the offense
And
is
how many
playing at
times
the
does the
top point,
offense go
the
for it on
defense
4th
don't have
down
to do
in our
shit.
territory and don't get it, and we start in bad field position?
Then how many times have in the last 4 games has the defense allowed the team that we're playing come down the field and just score on us first?
8 plays,
You cannot
8
do
plays,
shit like
2
that.
minutes.
You can't do
8
that.
plays
Good
in 2
teams
minutes.
Do not allow that.
No, 8 plays in 2 minutes. They weren't even running no huddle, bro. 8 plays in 2 minutes and they scored first drive of the game.
Exactly.
That's unacceptable, man. That
It
is
is.
you set the tone. You're fresh. That team's fresh. You set the tone. Like, yeah, it ain't gonna be easy like that all
And
game,
the fact
man.
that you got Jerry Jacobs out there who's getting beat like a drum. Then you finally take him out and put Vildor in there. Then all of a sudden, Jerry Jacobs is back in there. Why the fuck is he even back in there? Sit his ass down. He don't need to be playing. He sucks. We could go out there and play corner at that position right now. That's how bad he is.
But y'all keep forgetting
Yeah,
Jerry Jacobs is an undrafted free agent, bro.
Man, that needs to go, man. The dude's been in the league for 3 years. That needs to go. Yeah, he's undrafted free agent, but he's been in the league for 3 years.
He's
now.
playing like an
Well,
undrafted
whose
free
fault? Whose fault is that though? Is that AG fault or is that Brad Holmes?
That's Brad Holmes, man.
So
agent.
why
It's
are we
a
blaming
combination of
AG?
everybody.
Okay, so
Why
why
we
you
blaming
blaming
AG?
AG?
That's what my question is. Why are we blaming AG? And then also the offense only scored 13 points in 3 quarters. Nobody think that's a problem. The number one
That's a hell of a
cap allocation, like they got $112 million in the offense, and they only put up 13 through 3 quarters. That's not a
Yeah,
problem.
that's a problem too. But
Chicago.
de-
You're giving Chicago
defense,
too much credit.
you play
okay? They
these
can't play,
teams.
and they still can't play against a running quarterback. They don't have
Right.
a defense to do that.
But so
Yes.
this is my thing. This is my thing. This is what I've been saying all season, all fucking season. They went to
Get him,
this
Mike. Get
game.
him, Mike.
They went to this game, and if y'all watch the pregame show, y'all know I said the same exact shit. They gonna get out there in that field. AG gonna put them players in position to make plays, and they gonna fail to make plays. What did I see on those first 2 drives? People in position to make plays, in contain, losing contain consistently, and then chasing them down the field 10, 15, 20 plus yards. And I also saw them on the second drive in the game, 3rd and 8. Wait, 3rd and 8, right? 3rd and 8. They had him on the 2-yard line, about to stop him. What did they do? Couldn't wrap him up, get him to the ground, and he still ran for 30 yards. That's not on AG. I don't care what y'all say about blaming him. The players are out there on that field in position to make plays, and they keep on failing to make the fucking plays. Y'all want him to send more people at him? Hey, send 5, send 6. He does the shit, and nobody gets there. Like, that's not on AG. You can only work with the personnel you got. When you look at the cap allocation, they are the highest paid offense or top 3 highest paid offenses active roster. When you look at the defense on that side of the ball, they're like 27, 28 out of 32. Get mad at that fucking offense for scoring 13 points through 3 quarters.
Yeah, but at some point you play these teams twice a season.
I'm not buying any of that, Mike. I'm sorry.
No, Justin Fields.
You don't have to. But they need to put them same resources that they put in the fucking offense on that defensive side of the ball.
I do agree with that. I agree with that.
I get you, Mike. But listen, last year
Justin Fields
last year twice had baller games. You play these teams twice a year, bro. At some point, you have to know their nuances, man. I'm talking about the division. I've always said if we can run our division, I'm not even talking about playoffs right now, bro. You need to consistently own your division. So you have 2-3 teams you play twice a year. Get them wins. Get them solidified. Don't even look beyond that, man.
Okay, so whose fault was that? Whose fault was that on 3rd and 8 when Anzalone had him and didn't get him down for that sack? Whose fault was that? Was that AG or Hutchinson? Was that all I want to know if that was AG or if that was the players. That's all I want to know.
It's the players, but AG.
Okay.
AG,
whose fault was it? Whose fault was it? Hold up. Whose fault was it on that 4th and 13 when anybody with a fucking brain knew they wasn't going for it on 4th down, knew they were taking a delay game penalty to try to get their punter a little extra space for a punt to try to pin the Lions on the other side of the field? Whose fault
Again.
is it for the number 2
Again.
overall pick in the draft, Aiden Hudson, to jump off sides for no fucking reason? Is that on AG?
Yeah, it's on him too. Discipline,
What
bro.
the fuck?
Discipline.
What the
Discipline.
fuck? Oh my god!
I don't know.
I can't talk to him. I can't talk to him no more. I can't talk to him no more. Can't talk to him no more.
Hear me out, Mike. Hear me
Chicago
out.
was aiming to kill the Lions. Okay, they weren't about to punch shit. They were about
They
to
weren't.
throw that ball and
They
had
weren't.
that fucking play.
They were not going for it on no 4th and 13.
They was
Come
not
on
going
now.
for it.
Come on now. Come on now. Everybody in the chat, tell me if they was going for it on 4th and 13. Everybody in the chat, tell me if they was going for it on 4th and 13. They was not going for shit.
Did they go for it on 4th today, though?
Who?
How many times did
That
they
was
go
the only
for
time
it
they
on
went
4th?
for it on 4th.
Who?
That was the
Yes,
time they went for it.
Chicago.
On 4th and 13?
Okay.
On 4th and
They went
13.
for it on 4th. But listen, they took the ball and scored in 2 minutes. Listen, they scored in 2 minutes. First drive of the game, bro. They already knew they had us. They already knew they had us beat, bro. 8 plays, 2 minutes. They scored. No, I don't want to hear it, bro. That's on AG. And AG needs to teach them. And AG needs to teach them technique. He's a
I rock with y'all, chat. I rock with y'all, chat, for answering that question legitimately.
But still, he has to teach them to tackle. And if not, they don't play.
You can't. You can't.
You don't have to tell. You don't have to. You can't. It's not on him it's not on AG for a player on that side of the ball to have a low IQ in that moment. They were not going for it on 4th and 13. I don't care what y'all say. They were not going for it on 4th and 13. They had a free play. That's the only reason they snapped that football.
Well,
so they weren't going to go for it on 4th and 14, but they had their offense out there
in the first place.
Yeah, they had their offense out there.
Did their fucking job.
Bro, how long have you been watching football? How long have you been watching football? Teams do this shit all the time. They put their offense out there to see if they can get the defensive line to jump off sides. Which the Lions did.
We go for it on the 4th on that side of the field. So how do you sit here and say that you don't think they were going to go for it?
On 4th and 13.
Yeah,
on 4th and 13.
We went for it on our side of the 20.
Chicago had no reason. Chicago had no reason in that game at that time in that situation to go for it on 4th and 13. Man, I don't care what you're saying.
But they scored in 8 plays, 2 minutes, fresh out the gate.
13-10 at that moment.
Yes, bro.
Done the same damn thing. I'm telling you that right now.
Bro, come on, man. They know.
Who in here agree? Who in here on this show agree with these? Who in here on this show agree with these two?
This defense is suspect, bro. The defense is suspect.
Hey, let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. Everybody, tell me if you think they was going for it on 4th and 13.
I can tell you.
I don't care what anybody else says either, bro. It's a divisional opponent that you play twice a year, bro.
They were losing 13-10. They were on the line side of the field. Man. 4th and 13, man. They're going for that.
Come on, bro. At home. You think they're trying to lose at home?
You say, come on, bro. But Dan Campbell does the same thing. Why don't you say, come on, bro, to his ass? Because he does the same fucking thing. It doesn't make it. And he makes it sometimes too. So it's the same fucking thing.
I don't like it. We go for it on our side of the field. I don't like it either.
Ideology.
Yeah.
But
it don't make sense.
Let me tell y'all why he wasn't going to go for that ball on 4th and 13.
Okay.
Listen.
Let me hear it.
The game was too close. It was a tie game or we was up by 3 or something like that. In a position,
it was a 3-point game.
It was a 3-point game. It was 4th and 13. How many teams come out there, put their offense on the field on 4th down, and just let the clock run out so they
Lions.
can put the better position for the kicker, the punter to pin the ball back? They was just trying to get them to jump off sides, which they did. Our number 2 overall pick jumped off side like a retard. Excuse me for a lot of people don't like that word, but I don't care. But like a retard,
you
he jumped off
don't
side.
like that word neither.
Jerry Jenkins got beat on the most simplest route in America, and they scored a touchdown, bro. Period. Like they wasn't going to go for that.
Bandit, bro. You got to be careful using that word. You're gonna get us canceled. Yeah, bro. You got to be careful using that word.
I don't mean like I'm not calling people.
People will see this. Ben, you can't even say that, bro. We cannot use that.
I apologize. But I wasn't talking about nobody.
A lot of folks out there do not like that
This
word.
is yours. Hey, this is your show.
Your show.
Nah, Ken. We shouldn't be throwing around that word though, still, bro. Like,
but listen, I'm not talking about people. people with a
No,
disability at
Manny,
all.
you're good. You're good.
I'm
I'm
just
saying,
saying. I call myself retarded. You
Yo,
feel me?
yeah,
I tell
you're right,
everybody,
you're
I'm
right.
not stupid. I'm
No,
retarded.
you're right.
You feel me? Like I'm not saying. I
No.
apologize. I won't say the word no more.
You're
No.
making it worse, bro.
I'm just,
You're
I'm
making it worse.
basically agreeing with Dave. We shouldn't do that because that'll harm the show.
All right, move
honestly,
on.
I think
Move
we
on.
should delete this episode. I don't think this episode should go on
No.
YouTube. No, I don't know about that. But anyway, so let me address the point. So I forgot.
When was that 4th
Okay,
and
so
13?
we were talking about the 4th and 13.
When was
I don't
that?
think I heard anybody say anything about the
Yeah.
fact that it shouldn't have been 4th and 13. It should have been 4th and 18, right? Because it was
Exactly.
intentional grounding. It was one of two things. Either it was a fumble, which I thought it was, or it was intentional grounding, and they didn't call either of them. So that needs to be that needs to be put into consideration. Secondly, you have to believe it's better for them to believe that they're going for it, and that
Yes.
than the opposite. So
Thank you, Ken. Thank you.
So they put this clown Jerry Jacobs on the best receiver, man. Come on, man. They put him on the best receiver. He gets burnt.
Wait, you thought they was going for that, Ken?
No, I
The
didn't
Bears
say
made
that. What I'm saying, no.
Hold on. Clarify that. No. Clarify that shit. You thought they was actually going for that?
So I don't know. And when I was watching the game, I didn't think they were actually going to go for it. I didn't think that. However, when they probably saw the matchup, they saw that who jumped. Who was that? Who jumped?
Hutch.
Hutchinson.
So they realized it was a free play. They see the matchup. All right, let's give it a shot. See what
Yeah, that's the only reason they snapped the ball. That's what I said.
Okay, so now this is difficult because it's a split second, like between this.
Bro, anytime you get a chance to get a free play, you're gonna snap the ball no matter where you at in the field. It's a free play.
They won't take it, but they saw that it was Jerry Jacobs and no safety help. So
Man, if Hutch wouldn't have jumped off sides, if nobody jumps off sides, that play is not getting ran. They're gonna take the penalty. They're gonna take the delayed game. They're gonna get their punter. They're gonna get their punter the extra yards to try to get that punt off, so they could try to pin the Lions on the other side of the field. That's all that was. Anybody that's watched football know that's exactly what the Chicago Bears was attempting to do. Ain't know that. It's not know that may be true or not. They was not running the fucking play in that situation.
But the thing is,
the reason why did they kick the field goal?
Hey, who got the quotes? Who got the quotes? I could have sworn somebody had the quotes for the Bears players. No, hold up. Let me find that shit so I can find it. Y'all keep rocking.
No, Ken said something good. You're supposed to think.
To kick a 55-yard field goal.
Brandon, put my screen up.
Ken said it. You're supposed to assume they're going to go for it. You have to. They got their offense out there. You never just go, oh, okay, they're just trying to draw us off sides. Like, yeah, but you have to be disciplined. You have to know, hey, they might go for it here. You know what I mean? The Lions, we went for it on our side of the fucking 50. So, and teams play us like we're going to go for it because we could potentially go for it. And that's why these past few games, right? We've been getting our butt handed to us because they're like, oh, we're playing like they're gonna go for it. So this whole notion, like they weren't just, okay, granted, they got a free play out of it, but you have to play as if they're gonna go for it, bro.
Hey Neil, go back to me because I was trying to do this without the quotes from the Bears side of the team, but I'm gonna bring them up. Go back to me, Neil. All right, so this is from the Chicago Bears players themselves. The ironic part of it all was that the Bears never intended to snap the football unless the Lions jumped offside. It was supposed to be a freeze play, Moore said. I seen the dude on the other side jump and shoot. I took off on my side. They weren't, just like I said, if you have any fucking common sense, if you've been watching football for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, any amount of years, you knew they wasn't trying to run that fucking play. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. And there's more quotes of other players saying the exact same thing, but I'm gonna let it go. I was trying not to even bring the Bears quotes in here because I thought people had enough sense to know they wasn't trying to run that play. But since y'all want to act like that, the Bears players are saying the same exact thing I'm saying. They had no intention on running that fucking play.
So what is the argument though? That the argument is whether they did or didn't run the play. But I think what I said.
The argument is this. So Ken, this is the argument. This is the argument, and I'm about to be done with this shit because I'm so frustrated with this shit. But the thing was, I'm bringing up points because everybody always wants to blame AG, and I get so sick of this shit because when you got to strip it down and look at the whole picture, you got to look at where the cap is being allocated to as far as how lopsided it is for the offensive side of the ball versus defensive side of the ball. You got to look at these players on the field like we did the pregame show, and I told you these players are going to be put in position to make plays, and they're going to fail to make plays because
I agree.
They don't know what to do against Justin Fields or any quarterback that proposes that problem. Also, I want to bring these single plays into context because, like I said, that 3rd and 8 when Anzalone has Fields wrapped up by the ankles and you can't get him down, and that's third and 8 on the 2-yard line, on the Chicago's own 2-yard line, and you let him go and he runs for 30 yards, but people going to say, oh, AG. That's a player issue. When this down, 4th and 13 on that, I don't care if it was on their side of the field or not. 4th and 13 on the 40 whatever yard line it was, they were not going for that. They were trying to get their punter more yards so he can be able to pin the Lions on the other side of the field. They want to pin them inside the 10. They want to pin them inside the 5 if they can. They had no intention of running that play. So my point in bringing that up was, whose fault was that for Aiden Hudson to jump on 4th and fucking 13? Was that a player deficiency or was that an AG deficiency? And I got told that was still on AG. That shit don't make no sense. And I got told that they were running that play and they were going for it on 4th and 13, which we all knew that was not the case at all.
So he still ran his route though, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like he still ran a fly route. So at some point,
it's a free play.
Why are we still? Yeah, but bro, we have 2 safeties back there.
I'll take the L for that.
Not, bro.
I'll take the L for that, Mike. I'll take the L for that. But they still have to play.
Second, then, right? We're talking about
they still have to play.
We're talking about a split second in between. So I don't necessarily agree that it's AG's fault.
I think we need to move on because Mike's proved his point, honestly.
No, I get it, but I don't think it's necessarily AG's fault for that point per se. But it's just like, are we talking about a split second, like from when Aiden supposedly jumps, and then is that what we're talking about? We're talking about.
And listen, if you play football on the real stuff, because I play receiver, if somebody jump off sides, go deep. No matter what, if the quarterback throws the interception, we getting the ball back. Still go deep, and that's exactly what the receiver did. They see him jump off sides, take off. You're taught that as a receiver.
In obvious,
it's a free play.
Downs, even
go deep.
In obvious passing downs, even when that's Jerry Jacobs' side of the field, you still have to either maneuver or get guys around, or you got to do something about that, right?
Where can you maneuver anybody right there to be? Oh, where Jerry Jacobs at, bro?
Cam Sutton over there. Put Cam Sutton over there.
They don't switch sides with Cam Sutton.
But they for something like that, it's basically a Hail Mary.
Put my screen up, Bandit.
Yeah, we got to move on, bro. I think it's been covered enough.
Can you see it? You see the game?
Oh, I thought we were talking about your milk carton segment.
But there was plenty of times where they were moving Jerry. They were moving what's his name? DJ Moore around.
Cam Sutton.
Cam's up here.
Listen, they had Cam Sutton on DJ Moore in the first half, bro. You feel me? And then they figured out,
and then they
put him on Jerry Jacobs,
over, and
that's where everything went wrong.
No, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Which is to the point that if you see that adjustment on defense for the offense, then the defense needs to make the equal adjustment. The only way that DJ Moore should not be on Sutton, if Sutton was doing a good job, is that if DJ Moore is put in a motion play and he gets put on a linebacker. So, no. You prove my point right there why AG doesn't do his job half the time. I'm not saying that Ben Johnson's a fucking saint either. He's not doing his job either. It's a cone of things, but it starts with the defense. If you're letting teams go down the field on you in the first half, you're already setting your bar behind. You're already playing from behind.
I understand what you're saying, but I understand what you're saying, but can you go back and watch any game and tell me where Cam Sutton has played both sides of the field?
He doesn't. He plays one side. He doesn't trail the receiver.
Well, again,
but for that,
whose fault is that?
But that play which we got burnt on,
even back in Pittsburgh, he didn't play both sides of the field.
Yeah, they've
They
really
had
done
a
it.
capable corner. They had another capable
you
corner
know,
on the other side. That was the point. We don't have any capable corners. Sutton is our best corner.
That also is a problem with the lack of talent. We don't have enough talent on, and that alludes to like AG does need more talent. We've got to get more talent. Like Mike was talking about, we haven't allocated enough resources. I agree with them. We have not allocated.
Yeah, I agree.
enough
I agree with
Yeah.
Mike and everything. And what I'm saying is, these
for
guys.
that play, you cannot get burnt on that, and we did, and it's embarrassing, and we lost.
My thing is, he has to discipline these guys.
Right.
These guys need to know discipline. Somebody has to be held. And who do you think they're going to hold accountable? The coordinator. Why don't you have these guys ready? Why don't it's always going to come back to him. And my thing, with Mo's point, he said, yeah, you have to make adjustments. If you know one guy's burning you, and you keep putting that same person on him, and he's steady getting burnt, and you choose not to put anybody else on him, okay, then what? It's the player's fault. He's getting burnt, bro. You have to adjust. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you safety help over the top. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put this guy on you and tell him to be more physical on you. I haven't seen
the person that we really haven't put the responsibility on though is Dan Campbell. I've heard Dan Campbell say, well, we weren't ready.
Why
the fuck weren't you ready? Why would you say that? We weren't ready.
You should always.
You should have had that ready.
Opponents.
Of course. Were you saying that in his post-game comments, JB? Like, where he said he wasn't ready? I was just wondering, just to keep track.
Well, he said he wasn't ready. A couple of he wasn't said he wasn't ready.
Yeah. I was just making sure I heard you right. Yeah. I was making sure I heard you right.
The Green Bay game, I know he definitely said it. I didn't see his post-game comments in this game because I was too.
He said this game was anyway. This game we needed it. We needed to be humbled. Yeah. How many times do we need to be humbled?
And don't talk about he has to yell, dude. You should have been yelling 4 games ago. What the hell?
Yeah. I said something earlier, man. I made a Facebook Live, man. At some point,
sorry, Rumble. I'll let you go.
No, I said if at this point it's no more about the kneecaps. The speech needs to change, man. We're over the kneecaps. We get it. Like, we're not going to quit. Now you need to motivate these guys in another way, man. So, yep, you did down ups and all that last year and the year before, and it's like things change, man. You gotta recognize, like, these games in this time of year matter. Like, when we're so close, when you have to seed, these games right here matter when they're within your division. You have to make these guys play and rise to the occasion, because next week you're playing somebody whose coaching tree you were in. So are they going to rise to the occasion, or are they going to be like, oh, is he going to be like, oh, will Sean Payton now coach me? I don't want to hear that, bro. You have to motivate these guys to be like, hey, Payton's coming in here to our house. AG, all those guys, bro. All these guys came from Sean Payton's coaching tree. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring, man. We have to show up next week. Otherwise, Russ and them are going to just tear us apart, man. They're going to do nothing but destroy our confidence. A home game? Come on, man. No more kneecaps. We need more. We need something else, man.
I agree, Rumble. I actually wanted to add off of that because I'll say this. I personally want to see Dan Campbell make some moves, and like, as we all wanted, like maybe some benchings, maybe switch up the schemes. Just here's the thing. It may sound like it's nuking the program, but fuck it. If you're struggling this bad, fuck it. Bench people, switch some things up in the schemes, go back to fundamentals. Go nuke on it. Nuke the shit. Because I know he knows, and I think we all can agree. Yeah, you for good, not fake benching. He only let Jared Jacobs bench for like one fucking series.
That's not,
that's not.
And then they took him out for the rest of the game.
Like, honestly, bro, like, I don't care if he cuts Jerry. I want him to send a message. To Rumble's point. I don't think he's, satirical kneecap guy, but I feel like he needs to put his foot down and show why he's Dan Campbell. Bench people, get shit going again. Switch up the schemes. Tell Ben Johnson you're going to be fired at the end of the year. I don't give a fuck. Like because,
So all the
but I
I
feel
feel
like
like
he will do
this.
something. I will.
There's only
I'm just making it. I'm
there's only
making
a certain amount of things you can change, bro. You can't put a
but
bar
Bandit,
against you in the
you can
Cavaliers.
go back.
So
But I
there's
told
only a
this
certain
to
amount of things you can change, bro. I'm just saying, like,
Bandit.
what can,
Bandit. I told
these
this
are the parts
to
that you are
Mike
dealing
and
with, bro.
Day-Day.
Like these are.
I
Hold on,
talked.
Blue. Let him go.
Sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to jump over him. No.
Go ahead.
Anyway. Okay. Can we agree we can go back to fundamentals and just run the fucking ball?
We say that every week. We say that every week, but we don't do it.
But again, can we at least change that? To Bandit's point, we can't change shit, right? That's what I'm saying. Do we need to bench some people? Probably yes.
We go bench.
Huh?
Who are we gonna bench?
Jerry Jacobs.
Okay.
Who you gonna put in?
Oh, okay.
Who we gonna put in?
But Bandit, regardless, we want to see something, right?
That Vildor guy that we got.
Oh shucks,
We got Gil on the practice squad.
No. See, this plays to the lack of talent. Like Jerry Jacobs should not be starting.
No matter what the reason is for our struggles, Rumble is 1,000% right. No kneecaps anymore. We're gonna fight. We're gonna tear some kneecaps, but we need to take it to the next level.
I
need to show people we're not messing around.
I get that, but that is a short-term goal. The long-term goal is you have to have enough
Bill
talent,
Belichick did it.
and we don't have enough. Like you can't.
Sean
The
Payton
point
did it.
for most
Tom
regular
did it.
teams, you have to have enough talent.
I've seen it done. I've seen it fucking done.
For a team like I've said this before, like we're overachieving.
And
Us being 9-4 is crazy. Like we're within striking distance of the number one pick, of the number one seed. Excuse me. So you've got to have for a young. We have young coaches. All three of our offensive and defensive and head coach are young, but comparatively. Even Jared Goff is young comparatively. We got young guys. You have to.
But sometimes that youth card's going to run out, Ken.
So Ken,
It is.
so would you try
Yeah.
Brian Branch? Would you try Brian Branch out there just for a few series, just to see what he can do for you?
You talking about starting what?
Corner, that where Jerry Jacobs is.
I would entertain that
corner?
Rumble. I would
Are you talking
entertain.
about-
So who you gonna put in the slot?
No, hold on.
We'll put
If
Jacobs.
he-
Put
if
Jacobs
he-
in the
if
slot.
he can play slot.
Put
If he can
anybody
play
else in the slot.
Who,
And he has shown he's been horrible in the slot.
Outside corner.
And he's shown he's been horrible in the slot.
I like
Who?
the idea of putting trying Branch outside, but
Try
Jerry
Branch
Jacobs
out
has shown
there.
us he's been horrible in the slot. Rumble.
But again,
Okay, and he's horrible. He's horrible outside too. So guess what? There's no room for him on this team.
again, to Rumble's point, bro, where are we supposed to go? I'm not saying
Right.
I'm not saying we need to go to a 3-4
We're-
scheme, but we need to move people around, bench some people. We need to fix things. This goes for the offense too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Yes.
I mean, again,
who
like,
we gonna bench on offense? We gonna bench Penix
again,
to
the
get the ball start.
overall. Okay, I might be getting a
What
little
are
too
we gonna do,
literal
bro? We
and a
can't
little
just
too
bench your
far fetched
offensive
with this
player.
idea. Day. I understand that. I'm getting a little
Bench
my head of
golf.
myself, but I'm trying to send the
Dodger
message.
out for
I'm
a
trying to
fly.
make a point here.
Your
Bench
point
him
makes
on.
sense for the defense, but your point makes no sense for the
Okay.
offense.
Okay,
Let
I
him finish.
understand
I
that.
want
Bench
to hear it.
Laporta.
I want to hear it. Let him finish.
So again,
Go ahead,
this
Blue, go ahead.
this is encapsulating everything I'm just saying. Bench people on defense. Switch things up on defense. Tell Ben Johnson to fuck off and actually run smart shit and not be cute. It's just an encapsulation of what I've been saying the whole stream. What we all been saying through this whole stream. To Rumble's point, I'm so glad he said that. No more kneecaps. I love it, but we need to get above the attitude and start becoming the team we know what type of team we can be, even with the limitations on defense. Like,
So you
bro,
want to
like,
stop by
I am on
kept with
record.
that ankle?
I am on fucking record for saying a rookie defensive lineman would be better than any of the Quarter brothers or Charles Harris. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at, bro. So I don't care if you put Josh Pascal in the fucking middle. I bet you he's a lot better than Broderick Martin right now. Or
He even played
whoever-
today.
Benito Jones. Benito Jones, betcha.
Yeah, you do. These last 4 games are going to matter to Day-Day's point, the seeding, to all of our points. You guys have been saying, you guys have been knocking them out of the park, even to Mike's points. Mike, I agree with you. But my thing is, you coordinate you game plan, you coordinate against a team that you see twice a year. You have to have something planned against a mobile quarterback. You know, that's all I'm saying. We have to have. You might not have the personnel, but you might be able to run this where the mobile quarterback only gets 3 or 4 yards or 5 yards.
You drop 8.
Let me ask everybody a question, though. Let me ask everybody a question.
Right.
Do you think that this team? Do you think that this team is better than the one last year?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Not even close.
We beat.
I agree.
Not even close.
We beat Chicago twice last year with a running quarterback, with less personnel on defense,
and they were
less than we have now.
They were
less
worse.
overall talent.
And he had still Justin Fields had crazy games last year too, man. To your point, he did.
We found ways to win.
We did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, one of them games we won last year was like the first game we played this year. Like we had no business winning that game, but we came back and won that game.
Yeah. And Fields had a crazy amount of. I think he had like 100 and something rushing yards and like crazy amount of yards through the air. Yeah, I
mean, like with Fields, you got, it's kind of like the Michael Jordan rules. Let him do what he's got to do, but contain everybody else. I think that was what they did last year with him.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a good way of putting it, though. I like that.
They beat the crap out of him last year. Remember, they beat him like 45-10 or 15 or something like that last year at home.
Yeah, it was the second game at home.
Yeah, they beat the crap out of him. I just don't think. I just think that the Lions are getting away from fundamentals that they had from last year. I always say to everybody, it's not how you start the season; it's how you finish the season. If you finish the season fucked up, you ain't going nowhere.
Amen.
That's
and they
why
finished the season great last year.
Even outside of Detroit was high on Detroit because they saw a different team in 8-2. 8-2. That's why everybody was high on us in the beginning. Because we were taking care of the football, we were forcing turnovers, we were getting sacks, we were getting pressures, we were living up to Ben Johnson's capabilities as an offensive coordinator with lesser talent, and Goff was playing his best football. Like, I want to see that return, guys.
I do too, man. I do too, Blue.
Jamal Lewis, 17 damn touchdowns. How many has he scored this year with New Orleans? Nada. He ain't done shit for New Orleans. That proves you the offensive line is good. They're capable of doing what they're supposed to do. And you're right. We need to run the ball more. We need to establish.
And you said it. He got 17 tutties last year. That means we were handing him the ball when it was third and short. It's second and goal, first and goal.
Yeah, but a lot of those touchdowns were like 1 yard, 2 yards. It's not act like.
But still, we're not doing it. We had 4th and 1 today. We had 4th and 1 today, and we didn't hand the ball off. We let Goff try to throw it.
We were a better 4th and 1 team last year than
on our 4th and 1. Rumble on our 4th and 1. We ran a slow counter, so we're running a draw. That's Ben Johnson calling the play.
I know. I don't disagree with that.
I'm not cool with that either. I'm not cool with put your fullback in, hand it off to Rodrigo. Let his nutty butt go in there and get it. That's a Ben Johnson.
You gonna hand the ball on
4th and 1? I'm gonna hand it to Rodrigo. Why not? That's a Ben Johnson pass.
They threw him a pass.
No, I didn't say throw a pass. I didn't say.
They
threw him a pass.
As a leading fullback.
Hand him the ball. Yes, hand him. He's a fullback. Hand him the ball. They're not even gonna see that coming. You mean to tell me that big dude can't get a yard if he lowers his head?
And
Rodrigo can't get a yard when he lowers his head.
Rodrigo loves contact.
Rodrigo would love that. Oh, you need me to get this first? Oh,
Rodrigo didn't play today.
Better yet, put Panay back there. Put Panay back there, bro.
What's frustrating the most about this whole situation, though, we're mad at this loss. I expected it to happen because they're just not playing. They're not making adjustments.
Exactly.
Game to game.
Adjustments matter, man.
And defensively, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I can't put the blame on anybody on that. Dan Campbell is letting that ride too. Don't let that ride. If you know that they're doing this stuff every single damn game, why aren't you telling these offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators to change your shit up so we
challenge them? Yes, that's what head coaches do. Challenge your coordinators. Challenge your
They keep
coordinators.
on the same path, dude.
Rumble.
We won't win the division. We won't do nothing.
Both coordinators after that Seattle loss, because you could tell in the post game speech in the Atlanta dub, he was like, "Man, I'm so proud of you coaches, even though you shouldn't be happy with me." 24. He was alluding to the fact he challenged them.
Yeah,
he needs to do it again. He needs to put the Bill Parcells touch on it again.
I agree, man.
I mean, like his iron fist side of Dan Campbell, because he's good at that.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Dan Campbell. At full tilt, he can MF somebody and get away with it because he knows when to MF people. He's not going to MF people when it's a one drop pass and everything else is gravy. He's going to do it when we get our ass kicked 50 to zip or something like that.
Oh, don't go there.
Again, I make very, very exaggerated examples, but you get my point.
Good point, Blue. Good point, Blue. Yeah, that's a head coach's job right there, man. He's got to balance a lot of egos, and yeah, man, it's just he's got to get back to basics, man. Start holding these players accountable and coordinators accountable, man. Like
Rumble, you know how you do that? And Dan Campbell did this his first couple years. Start benching people. Start with there.
Yeah.
Because everybody said, "Oh shit, Dan ain't fucking around." That's the first message he has to send.
So bench our starters who aren't very good to begin with.
But Dave,
bench
if it's not
players who are worse, we want to win.
Shit, right?
Like, I'm just not connecting the dots here.
But Dave, you can understand who I want to bench. Do you want to bench Broderick Martin?
I want the dude to play before I can bench him.
Well, okay.
I mean, the dude's got
Benito Jones. Okay, sorry. Benito Jones.
And that shit was funny.
That's the problem. No. You guys understand what I'm saying. Benito Jones, you would bench him. You would bench him, Dave.
Hold on 1 second, Billy. Go ahead, Bill. Make sure you joke right across, and then we'll get through this.
No. It's definitely not a good day for me after this loss. But again, you understand what I'm getting at. I'm not saying to JB's joke about benching Laporta. No, you obviously bench the players. We can go around the room and say bench Benito Jones, bench Jerry Jacobs, even though it's an undrafted free agent. Tracy Walker, Kirby Joseph. David loves to hate on Kirby Joseph. Again,
they benched Tracy Walker today. Hold on, you talking about benching people? They benched Tracy Walker today.
Again, examples. I'm just throwing shit out so everybody can understand where I'm getting at. I don't give.
So basically, what you're getting at is you wanted to bench players that aren't performing, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we would have benched Amon-Ra today then, because he had 3 drops, 4 drops.
That was one bad day. We're talking about consistently bad, underperforming players.
How many weeks has
Kirby? Have we not been shitting on Jerry Jones here or Jerry Jacobs here?
How many weeks has Jerry Jacobs? Yeah, I know. How many weeks has Jerry Jacobs been burnt, like religiously? It seems like every Sunday.
Just like everybody said, put in Gilmore. Fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. Because again, I am terrified that we might pull a SOL move this year. I'm terrified of that. We got to do something, guys. Seriously,
it's looking like that. You know the thing that solidifies that whole situation too. The only thing that solidifies that situation is it's like this. I've heard them talking about, oh well, our goal this year is to win the division. That pisses me off. No, your goal is to win a Super Bowl. That's every 31 teams besides you win a Super Bowl. Stop saying you want to win this. You sound like Michigan back in the day. Oh, we want to win the Big Ten. No, that's not what you want to do. You want to win a national championship. You don't want to win the Big Ten. Fuck the Big Ten. You want to win the championship. That's what these players play for. This is what your team gets paid to do, win Super Bowls. I'm not saying every 32 teams is going to be able to win a Super Bowl, but to get to that point, you have to strive for excellence. Stop striving for little bullshit. Division wins don't make no difference. You can win the Super Bowl and not win a division. What the point? Be in a Super Bowl and not win a division. I don't understand
agree.
That. I've heard that. From
man, he calling me out, man. Hey, I'm we are, man. I'm on that. I am. I said the same thing, man. Just win the division first, because to me that's success in its own right. And then I'll go for Super Bowl. But if you show me that consistently, that you can take these 6 games and every year you're competitive in that, like you said, you don't necessarily have to win the division, but those are 6 wins right there. And I'm pretty sure you can rattle off another 4 or 5 wins if you beat those 6 if you have those 6 games competitively every year and you're winning those, you can pull out 5 games. You can pull out 5 more wins. That was my whole take on that.
Like I've been telling Rumble and everybody on Space, on Twitter, on Facebook, tomorrow's not promised, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
You got an opportunity to go, okay, yeah, we overachieving. Put your foot on the gas and go, man. Like
facts.
Amen.
You know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Like the time is now. Like I'm tired of this.
I don't care.
Next year, I might not make it to next year.
We're in position to win that division. Do it.
Right. I'm not. No, fuck the division, bro. I want the Super Bowl, bro. You feel me?
Right.
Like.
Oh, no.
What happened to the Lions after 91?
Yeah.
I take that as an example. The Lions won their first playoff game in 91, right? It's been damn near for how many years since we did it since then?
Long
We
time.
might not have next time.
Forever.
Bro, you feel me? Like,
Baby,
right.
I get
Let's
you.
get everybody's final
What I
thought,
meant
man.
to say was what I meant to say was with my analogy. Like I agree with what
Go
you're
ahead, bro.
saying.
You got it.
Push the gas pedal. Fuck it. Why not try to do your best this year? Because that's what good teams do. Push their foot forward. Like hell, what if we win that playoff game and then somehow fuck around with the division? Then we're like, oh shit, putting your best foot, your best foot again, Day, again. Putting your best foot forward sometimes does that for you, even outside of football. You go, wow, I can do this. Wow, this increases confidence for anybody in that organization.
Yeah, man.
The Lions have never been an organization that aim high. That's the problem. That's why we call them the same old damn Lions, because all they want to do is put asses in the seat and sell tickets. That was been their moniker. But now that they have,
They ain't the same old Lions no more. Since Sheila took over,
right? But the core of the thing is,
Lions.
as fans, we expect more now. You want to give us more. We expect you to go to the Super Bowl. We don't expect you to care about. I don't care about no damn division. You shouldn't care about division either. Your goal is to get to the Super Bowl. You have players
like
and
Rumble,
coaches.
A lot of Lions fans are though. Rumble, a lot of Lions fans.
And what I'm saying is, yeah. No, what I'm saying is, yeah, I'm with you guys. That ultimately. And yeah, I'm with you guys, but like I said, if we can get those six games every year consistently, you can win 5 games in this league. I mean, look at Tampa. Where are they at right now? 6-7, 7-6, and they're creeping playoffs because they're in a terrible division. Like, I mean,
I agree. Take care of business in your division.
Yeah, because we have been so, like, we've been getting owned by Green Bay. We've been getting owned by the Bears. And guess who the Bears quarterback at one time was Trubisky, was Jay Cutler, it's like, oh my gosh, man. Oh, gross. Yeah, that's real gross, man. But
he took him to the Super Bowl.
At some point in time. That's what I'm saying.
No, that defense took him to the Super Bowl. Stop counting on that now.
Defense wins championships.
This is true. But at some point,
they call the cat police.
Yeah, bro.
Like you said, we haven't been to the playoffs since '91. When was the last time we won the division?
I was
03. Man, jeez.
You mean 93, bro? What the
fuck? But yeah, I'm with you guys. Yeah, we ride the momentum, man. If we're to win 10, 11, 12 games, I'll be happy with that, and I'll ride it all the way to the Super Bowl. I would like to get to the Super Bowl, but yeah, I'm sorry. I need to get off that train of just getting a division, and then I'm with you guys though, man. We do. If we can get to the Super Bowl, I'm all for it, man.
Rumble, I'm gonna start with you, man. Let's get your final thoughts, man. And let everybody know
my final thoughts. I'm here with the Bandit. I'm here with the villains and Bandit, of course. But yeah, man, my final thoughts are we got 4 crucial games coming up, one of which we play a divisional opponent twice. Again, we without Kirk Cousins. So are we going to be the same old Lions, or are we going to insert our dominance and show them that we are going to be the kings of the North for many more years to come? Or are we going to show up like we showed up today and let them score on the first drive, 8 plays, and then, like you guys, to your guys' points, try to play catch up? Or are we going to insert our dominance and have them try to play catch up? Because then I feel like our team plays much better when we have the lead and when we're inserting our dominance and we're running the score up and we're opening the playbook up. So we need to get back to those basics. We need 2022 Ben Johnson to reemerge and show us how he can make any player out there look incredible. Netflix, Brock Wright, send Panay Sewell on a sweep blocking for whoever. Like, we need that Ben Johnson back. Like, to y'all point, 140 million on this offensive side of the ball. It's time they earn their keep, man. It's time they earn their bread, man. That's all I got, man. Respect, man. Thank you.
Thriller,
Thank you for letting me rock with y'all, man.
Thriller, man. For sure. Thriller, man. It's been a pleasure to have you
So
on.
I think
you go next press game show. I know you're too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I'd love to come back. I love all you guys' opinions. It's real good. Mike gave me an L, so I'm gonna take that L.
Yeah, Mike gave me an L too, man. I take that respectably.
Yeah, we all get L's, man. It's only football, man. I love doing this show with you guys.
So
But go ahead.
I think that
Give us your final thoughts, man.
when we look back at this, is that we're all frustrated with the way the Lions are playing. Whether we can blame Bill or Ben, whether we can blame Aaron, it's really falls on Dan Campbell, to tell you the truth. I think Dan Campbell's getting away scot-free with this whole situation. I think he should be the one that's held accountable for this. He needs to get everybody prepared to play. That's his job. I think they need to go a different route. I like the 2022 version of this team than I like this team right now, because they were playing defense. They were throwing the ball all over the area, running the ball and doing very well with the players they had. And they had lesser talent than they have this year. So I don't understand where the excuse is in either side of the ball is at right now, because they should be better on both sides than they were last year. And if they don't fix this situation, it's going to be a sad end to this season, because they're not going to beat Dallas. I can tell you that right now. I really kind of on the fence about Denver too. I don't know if they can beat Denver. If Denver's hungry enough and they're trying to win a playoff spot, and the Lions are in their way, they're going to roll over them. Minnesota's the only one I've got to kind of have confidence in, because Minnesota's offense isn't the same without Cousins there. And then we don't know what happened with Jefferson. Jefferson may be out for the rest of the year. You don't know. So I don't know. I give confidence in the Minnesota games, but I don't give confidence in the other 2 games. And we need 3 games to win the division. Like, I don't give a fuck about that either. But, I mean, we got to start somewhere and start afresh. And I think we're all frustrated at that. And that's, we're all pointing out the bullshit that's going on, and they're all legitimate. But that's what I got.
Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. We need you next week here too, man.
I'll be here.
For sure. Blue, man. My boy Blue. Here's your final thoughts, man. Everybody know where they can find you at.
Yeah, man. I'm just going to keep it simple. I mean, everybody heard me in the stream how crazy I got with my passionate talk about this team and my fears. Let's just fix this shit, bro. Just fix this shit, guys. I'm talking to Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson, O-line, hell, even the rest of the organization. Everybody's accountable right now, honestly. I want that organization to fix this shit, bro. Like, that's all I'm going to say. But obviously, my Twitter tag is up there at bsilver92. I also got a YouTube channel with the name Blue and Silver. I'm actually thinking about making a video based off this Bears game. But, yeah, there you go. My final thoughts.
All right,
make sure y'all go check him out, Blue and Silver on YouTube, man, for real. Mike, man, you agree with it, like, man. Show me your final thoughts, man.
Man, my final thoughts is I think that was perfect. What B said, not Blue, the guy in front of Blue, but Blue was good too. But I agree with him
Thanks,
saying
Mike.
that, saying now Blue, you was cool too. I just want to get back to that Dan Campbell point. We didn't hear arguing about these coordinators and arguing about offense and defense. I didn't even think about Dan Campbell at all, and I think that's a fair point. Yeah, I think that's a fair
I didn't
point. Like,
either.
I did not think about Dan Campbell at all until we brought up that point. Like, he is getting off scot-free because nobody even mentioned him throughout this whole show. But yeah, I think they got to be a lot better. We're frustrated because they lost, and man, they got to pick this shit up. Like, some of these games we thought were going to be easy or whatever. Like the Broncos, they've been playing some good football, just like the Bears and the Cowboys. That's scary, man, because the Cowboys kicking the Eagles' ass right now. So that's all I got.
Day. My brother from another mother whose parents don't know each other, man. What's your final thoughts, bro?
Man,
Don't cry.
I'm not gonna cry, bro. Man, there's so many. I don't even want to say holes. I just want deficiencies in this team, man. And we gotta find a way to address it. But at the same time, this late in the season, you are who you are. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, if this is who we are, like how we're like, obviously not the turnovers and all that. I'm not talking that. I'm talking the way our offense and defense plays. Man, the division may be the only thing we're gonna get. If we keep playing like this the rest of the year, and we make the playoffs, we're not gonna win that first playoff game. You can't play like that in the playoffs and expect to win. So my final thoughts is, man, get y'all shit together, figure it out. I know y'all can. We've all seen it, and yeah.
Yeah, man, we finally get you to tell your final thoughts, man. You always exit out before, you know what I mean? I catch you, bro. You like final thoughts. Click. Hey, you out of here. You don't, let everybody know who you is and where they can find you at, bro.
All right, so what's up, everybody? My name is Ken. You can find me at Kenny the God 4 at on Twitter, X, formerly Twitter.com. My final thoughts are pretty much, it's not that different. It's just like, we've got the personnel. This is a talented team. This is more talented than we've ever had in 2014, or this is one of the most talented teams we've had since the 90s. So we've got the talent. Goff has, I'm a big Goff fan. I like Goff. He's got to step up. So he has to step up, and he has to be that guy that he was drafted for and who we traded for. He's already done it before. He's done it. So that's how I feel about that. Just honestly, but I've said this time and time again, we are ahead of schedule in terms of rebuild. And on top of that, if we win these next 4 games and we kill them, nobody's going to care. So let's just do that. Let's just win these 4 games and kill them. That's it.
I appreciate everybody coming on, man. My final thoughts is, man, like, I know I said a word that everybody don't like earlier, man, but my definition of it, and I'm not talking about nobody with a disability or nobody. So I apologize for that. You know what I mean? No disrespect to nobody else. I don't want everybody being my thing. Like, oh, it was nothing meant towards that. You feel me? I made a mistake. I'm human. I apologize. You feel me? With that, I appreciate everybody coming on, man. We all passionate Lions fans on here, man. We all love this team, man. Like, so the arguments going back and forth with everybody, man. I love it, man. But hey, like Mike show through the day, I learned something new from these guys every day, man. So if y'all can go onto their channel and subscribe to their channel, I appreciate that. Y'all come on here, subscribe to my channel, I appreciate that, man. With that said, man, we out of here, man.
And the icing on the cake, man. I just watched Jalen Carter return a fumble for a touchdown, bro.
Wow.
Shut up.
Don't start that shit, Day.
Icing on the cake for the day, bro.
This is Ben Sports, man. We out of here.